Hello and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with three out-of-favour Barca players who could be so crucial for Barca amid injury crisis. We are going to be discussing about that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about Sergio Busquets in a recent interview, who spoke about Barca future. He spoke about Messi, Pedri, Gavi, Fati, Zubimendi, and many other things which we are going to be looking at. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! 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 Before the international break commenced yesterday, Barcelona were in Wonderland. The team was scoring goals for fun, the defense looked impeachable, the most importantly, all players looked fit and ready to go ahead of a hectic season. In fact, Sergio Roberto was the only Barca player who had picked up an injury this season pre-break. He was subbed off at halftime against Victoria Pleasant and missed the subsequent matches even though Xavi downplayed it as a knock. Unfortunately, the international break has come in like an arrow to burst Barca's bubble. On the first day of the scheduled matches, Jules Koundé picked up a hamstring injury and has been ruled out for a month. Ousmane Dembele seemed to have developed some muscle fatigue but has been deemed fit as of now. Meanwhile, Poland may have lost 2-0 against Netherlands, but Barcelona went down 2-0 himself. At halftime, Frenkie de Jong was subbed off as a precaution, and has already returned to the club to nurse a minor injury. 7 minutes after that, Memphis Depay went down holding his hamstring and had to be taken off as well. The exact timeline of his recovery is still unknown, but hamstring injuries are never easy, as we know, and we can easily assume a month off for Memphis Depay too. The last now for the blows for Barca came when Ronald Araujo had to be taken off for Uruguay 5 minutes into the game against Iran. Both Araujo and Koundé out is definitely concerning for Barca. With 4 players plus possibly Roberto and Dembele out of action, Xavi must be careful. October brings with it an insane schedule, and anything but proper rotation can prove to be costly for Barcelona and for the players. As such, let's take a look at 3 players who have otherwise not been too important for Xavi, or let me say who have not played so much, but who can be now so crucial for Xavi's plans amid this injury crisis. First, Franck Kessié. Right off the bat, we must establish that Franck Kessié has not quite been used to the extent he should have been so far this season. The Ivorian was one of the best players in Serie A at AC Milan last season, establishing himself as a world-class box-to-box midfielder. However, he has been pushed below Pedri, Gavi, and Frenkie de Jong in the pecking order. The next man or so, however, could be Franck Kessié's chance to truly shine. Pedri and Gavi both will be used cautiously by Xavi, given the injury scares they have gone through already. Moreover, the young's absence means Franck Kessié can plug a hole in the team through his natural playing style. The second player, Gerard Piqué. It is certainly difficult to talk about arguably Barcelona's best defender of all time in this context, but at the moment, Piqué has been reduced to a second pack rotation. Ronald Araujo seems to be the most important man in center defense right now, with Jules Koundé and Eric Garcia accompanying him in varying capacities. Andres Christensen is the first backup to almost all of them, with Piqué sitting even behind him. However, with Araujo and Koundé out for a fortnight each, at least Piqué jumps the rung of the ladder. He will face competition from Garcia and Christensen, and neither of them can continue to play all games. If the game against Cadiz is anything to go by, the veteran is still more than able to defend. He has, after all, been Barcelona's best player last season. The third, Pablo Torre. Surprising as it may seem, Pablo Torre could turn out to be rather so important for Barca soon enough. He is best suited as a number 10 or an attacking 8 role, and his ability to wiggle his way through tight areas under pressure means he can replace one of Gavi or Pedri in midfield in a capacity different to Franck Kessié. Pablo Torre has incredible vision, and his experience playing behind a striker means he could, hypothetically, work well in tandem with Lewandowski. Xavi just needs to trust him. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Barca captain Sergio Busquets has been the talk of the town at Barcelona lately, with many speculating over his future at Barcelona, especially with his current contract expiring at the end of this season. However, in a recent interview, the midfielder opened up about his future while heaping praise on his fellow midfielders Pedro and Gavi, backing them to achieve great success in the future. He said, Pedro and Gavi are both going to have a great career at Barca and at the national team. It is a luxury to enjoy them by my side, said Busquets, quoted by Sport, who is part of the Spanish side that also incorporates the two other Barca midfielders. However, when asked about his prospects with the Spanish national team, Busquets refused to suggest he might be hanging up his boots in the international team after the end of the World Cup. He also remained coy about his future at Barcelona, despite recent speculation suggesting his departure at the end of the season. He said, I don't know if I will play my last games with Spain in Qatar. We will see. I don't know what will happen at Barca either. Many people consider it fact that I'm leaving. It's not. I haven't thought about it. I want to see how the season is going. Busquets has been heavily linked with a move away from Camp Nou in 2023. MLS outfit Inter Miami has been mooted as a potential destination, where he may even reunite with former Barca teammate Lionel Messi, although the Argentine is also being linked with a return to Catalonia. When asked about Messi, Busquets hailed the global superstar as the best player in the world and wished him well for the upcoming World Cup. He said, Messi needed to win a tournament with his national team. He did it with the Copa America. I hope he does as well as possible while he is still in the national team. He is my friend, the best player in the world, said Busquets. The Barcelona and Spain captain also had some wise words for Ansu Fati, who has been excluded from the national team squad during this international break. He said, he knows that he has to give his best levels and play many games to regain the confidence he had before the injury. He is a great player, different, and on a mental level, he is a very strong player for everything that has happened, he said. With Busquets' club future uncertain, Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad is being touted as the replacement for the veteran midfielder. Talking about the 23-year-old, the Barca skipper said, Zubimendi is a great player, but he is from Real Sociedad. Great words there from captain Sergio Busquets, who has been rumored to leave Barcelona at the end of the season. Of course, his contract expires next year, 2023, in the summer, and it is widely speculated that Busquets will be hanging up his boot as a Barca player, with MLS outfit Inter Miami being his likely destination. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.